All right, what's up, guys? So this is a live that I'm going to be posting on my story. I just did a test, so it works. I'm having a lot of trouble with my Instagram. No biggie, don't worry. So basically, I just want to talk about whole signs. So this whole video is going to be about different house systems in astrology, right? And I'm going to post. The whole point is that I don't know if all my shit's acting up right now. So I'm gonna post this. This usually would be a video I post on IGTV, but right now I just want to do the live and then post it to my my feed. So okay, really quickly, whole house system versus Koch/Placidus. This has been the question that's been just on my mind for the past months. I just cannot figure it out, and I think I finally made that breakthrough. So basically, what I want to do right now is I want to talk about my own chart, just because it's a chart I know well. And I want to speak about how, kind of compare which one does it work better with, the whole sign or the Placidus/Koch. And for the sake of this, I'm using Placidus, right? So with so let me see if I can show you guys. Let's see if we can see it. If it doesn't work, whatever. Okay, so this one is my Placidus chart. I don't know if you guys all know what this means, but basically, you see that the chart starts at, I don't know if you can see it, 28 Leo, right? That's my ascendant. And then over here, this is the whole sign. Let's see if you guys can see it. Fuck, I don't know. Okay, so you see that whole sign. It starts at zero zero Leo, right? Yeah. So basically, which one is better, right? That's the great astrological debate. In the context of my own personal chart, and I don't like, literally, even though I'm Leo as fuck, I don't like talking about my own chart, that much. But this is the ultimate time I need to, because I know myself. I've lived my life. I am me. So I hope this can help anyone out who's also having that debate. So basically, looking, and I'm gonna just get real about my own life, my own chart, everything right now. Basically, when you look at my chart from the whole sign perspective, everything shifts because I have a 28-degree Leo ascendant, so it makes everything move over one house in whole sign, right? So it changes a ton. So the way that I kind of conceptualized this, that kind of brought this clarity to me, was that instead of having the chart start at exactly the degree, right? For me, 28 Leo, why can't it just start at that sign, right? Why can't the chart just start at wherever, whatever, everything? The first house is whatever your ascendant is, right? So my first house is Leo. So everything that falls within Leo would be first house. So this is the reason that I've been struggling so much with this. Now check this out. I have a 28-degree Leo ascendant, right? My rising sign on Regulus. And I have a 15-degree Leo south node. So I've never been able to to just get that, to just understand how can my south node, which is clearly 13 degrees behind my ascendant, be a first house. But now that I think of it like this, it makes sense. It's yes, it is first house, right? It is first house for many reasons. For one, just everything that Leo, it's that rule that everything that Leo is first house. And then, it works, this system works way better using rulerships as well, right? And then also the fact that the first house is ruled by is the Aries house, which is a fire sign, and Leo south node and obviously south nodes and whatnot, they don't really, they don't follow rules like this. But me having, if I look inside myself, me having a Leo south node in the first house makes way more sense, right? Because then it makes my north node in Aquarius in the 7th house, right? So what that's basically saying is that there's a past life tendency to kind of be a little bit fiery. I don't know. And fiery / not selfish, but more about like me and my I guess my success, whatever. I don't know my fucking past lives. I mean, I've heard about some of them, and basically like that whole conflict there becomes about balancing out work and relationships, being able to what's the word? I forget English. I swear I'm learning too many. I have too many languages, and it's just crazy. What's the Libra word, guys? What's the Libra word? Not compensate. Where you do things. Oh my god. Basically, like me being able to do things for other people, right? To be an unselfish piece of shit. No, I'm joking. But like, basically, like South Node in a fire sign in Leo in the first house makes more sense than in the 12th house. So stay with me, guys, because you're gonna see how this is gonna, a balance, but also kind of like, what's the word, guys? When you do things for other people, compromise. Compromise. I can be a little bit about, I'm going to be very honest, like, I'm very, very, like motivated as a human being, and like, I'm very much like, and sometimes it can be a little, I'm not selfish, like, I do so much shit for people, like, that is just, like, I go out of my way for people, but like, at the same time, when it comes to relationships, I'm not willing to compromise my success and, like, where I'm trying to go in life, for a relationship. That's just like, that's just the way it is. I think that's kind of like a lot of humans are like that. But basically what this is saying, it makes more sense, because like my North Node I've always known it's in Aquarius, and that doesn't change, right? The signs don't change in whole sign. So basically the whole part of my North Node in the 7th house, that also makes I'll show you guys one more time. Oh, fuck, that was too hard. It makes my Venus and my Mars go to my 7th house or my 6th house. Now, this is actually some scary shit to this, too. But that also makes sense. Until a few years ago, now I don't really give a shit, to be honest. Like, I'm just like, girls, stay away. Don't talk to me. Stay away, stay away, stay away, stay away. No, I'm joking. But, like, yeah, I'm not joking. I'm very relationship-based. I mean, if you listen to, like, my podcast with Trey, you can definitely see how like we literally joke, me and Trey, like, let's not have another relationship fucking pod, like it's something that comes up. And even though like I wouldn't say like it's something that like it makes sense that my North Node would be in the 7th house, and in the so now we compare it to the coach, because the name of this live is like which house system to use, right? And I think I finally figured it out for myself. And the other one, it's in the 6th house. I've never understood that shit. How, I mean, okay, I get it. 6th house, Venus, and Mars. I understand it in the fact that I love to work out. I'm very, very, very organized, like, in my daily life. And, like, my apartment, if you saw, it's just, like, fucking masterpiece. No, but, one sec, my brother's texting me. But 7th house, Mars, and Venus makes more sense. So there's already 2 points for team whole signs, right? The South Node and, the Venus and Mars. That's three points, right? The Mars in the 7th house, that just, I mean, I don't know. Let's say it's a tie. The Venus and Mars stuff makes more sense, like, when it comes to, like, my work, from the coach Placidus, like, 6th house. But when it comes to, like, my motivation for love, my impetus for relationships, I definitely feel that I have that. And, like, that it would make sense with the whole rest of my chart, that in this life, I have to find more balance and compromise in relationships. And not to say that it's all about me, but to kind of like I guess in Aquarius, like have these relationships that are more future oriented, right? While also like humanitarian and giving back. So that's that. So now we get on to the crazy part. So my Pluto is in the 3rd house in Coach / Placidus, conjunct the IC, which is fucking hard, and that doesn't change, right, with whole signs. However, my Pluto's in the 4th house, and it's square my nodes. Yeah, past life trauma, like, doesn't get more than that. So I never got the Pluto in the 3rd house. Of course, you can look at anything and figure out a fucking reason why it makes sense. But 4th, I always was like, yo, I have a 4th house Pluto. And in whole signs, my Pluto's in the 4th house, and it's still conjunct the IC. right? I don't want to like say I had like a really, really, really rough childhood, but I definitely had a Pluto IC childhood, right? And the fact, it's not even about my childhood. It's the fact that it squares my nodes. And so that's another point for team whole signs. So this is the fucking huge one. And then there's another one that I'm very scared of. And that is the fact that there's tons of sixth house planets in my outer planets. Neptune, Uranus, Saturn all move to my sixth house or my fifth house in whole sign. But check this out. So next we talk about the moon. I am Leo as fuck, guys. Come on. I'm creative. I mean, like, we're talking about my good and bad here. So when the moon is in Sag, right, which it is for me, in the fifth house, it makes way more sense. But then at the same time, I also feel very fourth house mini because I'm so obsessed with having like my house and like have it like feel like home. And so it's like, that's like kind of like a tie, right? Like the moon sign one, right? Because like on one end, I do have this like emotional need with my Sagittarius moon to create. But then on the other side, I think the moon, it can go either way, fourth or fifth. So, my sun, most important house, plan in terms of like what house it's in, it stays in the eighth house. So that doesn't change, right? That's just like, that stays. But then there's some extra, it's just so hard because like, I want to say like, I'm all about, like whole signs now, but it's like Jupiter, right? 11th house. I've always been able to make friends super easily. Like wherever I live, I just make friends. Like, and even when I don't try to, it just come very easily for me, right? While I've known like people with Saturn in the 11th house very closely who have the opposite. In the whole signs, my Jupiter moves to the 12th house, and so does my Chiron. That would make so much fucking sense why I have, if you want to call it, I'm not a psychic, guys. I'm not a psychic. But like, come on, I'm a fucking astrologer. I channel my readings. It is what it is, right? Call a spade a spade. So the 12th house Jupiter, obviously, if you know anything about astrology and you know me, makes fucking perfect sense. Esmond, stop. So then Chiron in the 12th house, that can make tons of sense too. Because like, I haven't really studied that one as much, but like in essence, like it moves from the 11th to the 12th. And, that could make a lot of sense for kind of healing the collective in some type of way, right? That's kind of like what I think of a Chiron 12th house in Cancer. And also the fact that it's in Cancer, I always connect Chiron to my family, 12th house past life karma. That makes even more sense, the 11th house. So there's another point for whole signs, right? So then the real thing comes down to this. And here's my cat to say her word. And she's Pisces Cancer, so she's actually validating what I just said about the Cancer in the 12th house, really in the 12th house. And so that makes even more sense because like I do definitely have tons of past life karma with like my dad and my brother. Like that's like really like that's kind of my more difficult karma. And that's what rules my 12th house. So that makes complete sense, right? But here's the thing. Saturn, Neptune, Uranus, all in the 6th fucking house. So how does it make sense in the Koch system? Placidus, they're in the 5th house. I never could see, I mean, if you guys know me, like, come on, I'm not fucking Saturn in the 5th house. Like, no. Like, that's like the part, I mean, like, usually those people are more, like, I'm not afraid to express myself. I never really have, I mean, I guess when I was young, I was shy-ish, but like, that's just because I'm a Pisces, But this one sucks because that's like, you're about to die. Like that is not, like, having all those planets in the 6th house is like, oof. If I was doing a client reading where it was like Neptune, Uranus, like that's a house of health. So this is okay. This is why I'm giving the edge to whole sign. Uranus, right? Uranus in the 6th versus Uranus in the 5th. Of course, Uranus in the 5th makes sense because I have a very eccentric kind of creativity, but that also comes from my Venus and Mars in Aquarius. Uranus in the 6th, that gives me the fact that it's fucking 2:51 a.m. right now, and this is just the start of my night. Okay, maybe not just the start, but like I'm gonna be up for a minute. I haven't started, like I had one reading, I have a lot more readings to do. I'll probably do like 1 or 2 more readings tonight. So Uranus in the 6th house gives unusual, like, routine. Like, I'm a fucking night owl to the max. I'm literally an insomniac these days, right? And that would make more sense. Neptune in the 6th, fuck, like what's that about? That to me makes sense because like I do have trouble coping with everyday life in the sense of like, I know a lot of us do, like just the normal life, you know, the day life. I fucking hate the day. Okay, sorry, I don't hate the day, but I like night. I like the darkness. I'm a fucking vampire. That's why I live in Transylvania, guys. Come on. And, like, Neptune 6th house, also 6th house is about service. So this is showing that, like, my 6th house, my daily routine, aka what I do, is being of service. That's literally my job. I charge way lower prices than other astrologers not better than me because I want to help people. North Node Aquarius too. So then we get to fucking Saturn. Blah. Saturn, I love you, but like, fuck. Saturn the 6th house. This actually makes the fucking cherry on top. It makes so much sense. Saturn 6th house makes a need for structured daily work. That is so me. Even though my fucking shit is all Uranian and crazy, it's still structured. I'm organized. Look at my fucking, I mean, like, I don't know, you can't really see it now, but like, I mean, this is me on a dirty day. I know that looks kind of dirty over there, and it looks kind of dirty, but like, I literally spent 10 hours straight organizing, redecorating, like, just doing everything. Like, my whole apartment is like my dream. It's like an piece of art. And that's me, right? That's also like, you know, like, but my days, like, are organized. Like, I get the job done. I keep track in my agenda of like every little thing, right? Like I'm a very, very organized, it's almost like Virgo person. So all in all, as an astrologer, and my advice to you would be, like, you know, if you're doing charts, to look at both, but like from where I'm coming from right now, I think I'm ready. And thank you, Kim. She's one of my astrology students, actually. Sometimes the students teach the teacher. And she just like said something that kind of like made it make sense to me. So I think I'm going to go primarily. And another reason for the whole signs is that a lot of the astrologers that I respect the most are with the whole signs. You guys know me. I'm not a follower in the least bit. But like, there's some people I just respect so much, like Robert Hand. And he's a whole sign guy. So, and the more I'm starting to work more and more with rulerships and see like the gold that's in there. I had a reading from Uranian Matt, which was you know, a lot different than how I do astrology, but very, you know, I love seeing different styles. It was a good reading. And he's done half, so I still have the other half to get, which I can't wait. And I just think that I'm going to probably be like looking primarily at the whole sign chart. Another thing about the whole sign is that the midheaven can fall either in the 9th, 10th, or 11th house. I've never heard of it falling in the 8th house. Maybe it's possible. Which means that can even give more input into that person's like career and what they're doing. And then you can also look at the 10th house cusp for that. So all in all, you know, both work, both make sense. There's a saying that I had back in my fucked up crazy days with therapy, where my therapist Parm, you should follow him at the 1 Minute Therapist. He's fucking a great guy, one of the biggest influences of my life. I talk about him in my book that you should get also. But he said that there are many different highways to get to Los Angeles. Just a metaphor. But basically what it's saying is that, like, there's, you know, like, maybe, it's like, you can still potentially get to the same place using Coach as you could whole sign. But I think at this point in time, for me personally, I think I think the whole sign makes a little bit more sense for my own chart, and because of that, I will always pull up both for clients. I'll start. What are you doing? Oh, she's such a Cancer, isn't it? She's like such a Cancer. She's a Cancer. She's such a Leo. She always wants to be on camera, but she's Neptune rising, so Neptune rules camera, so she loves to be filmed and show her little cute little Neptune rising, Pisces rising face. But yeah, so like basically that's where I'm at. It just makes more sense. The little things, of course, like the 6th house health stuff. That's the one thing I haven't talked about. I still need to learn, look more into that. Like Uranus 6th house sounds scary, but I think it just speaks to like the need for me to really, really be healthy, not be out partying every night. Like, and I have made massive changes in my life in regards to just like how I treat myself and my body. So, everything in astrology is interplay of fate and free will. So take that as you will. And with that said, any last remarks? Yeah. So like, as I was saying before, I'll probably pull up, like for clients, I'm going to be pulling up the whole sign and the coach, Placidus, whatever. I've always done coach, but I think I'm going to start doing Placidus, and have those two. And then when I have my follow-up session, just like, or, when I have my follow-up session, I'm going to just see if there's anything that didn't resonate with one of them. And have a great weekend too, Nikki. That didn't resonate with one of them. So, and then kind of be able to have both. So anyways, that's it. Hope you guys enjoyed. And to everyone watching, I'd say that most people are going to watch this not on live. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. I literally can't respond to comments right now. I don't know like what's going on, but I can go on my other, actually I can respond to comments. I just have to go on Jesse Innocent, my other, my backup account, which I just called Jesse Innocent Astrology, but I'm going to rename it like whenever I can answer comments again. So yeah, let me know which house system you use and kind of your version of this. All right, guys. Thanks so much. Bye-bye. Ciao.